Hello, this is Umitencho back for another art video. I know, just like I said earlier in the normal art video, I was going to revisit one of my past drawings and redraw it. And one of those is going to be my first attempt at just straight up human face, So this is my attempt now with, after 50, 51, 52 art sessions and, practicing all that stuff and see if I can do better than my previous attempt. I will announce that I am going to start selling. I have go ahead and made the decision to go ahead and start selling art commissions and whatnot. I will be acquiring, or at least attempting to acquire, a printer scanner combination tomorrow morning. I say tomorrow morning, but I'm going to be heading out in about an hour and a half to the store and go pick it up. It's like, we only have one left and they have this one on sale. And then my father called and he's like, well, here's some money. And I was like, oh, thank you. So I'm taking this as a sign to jump. Take it as a sign to go ahead and jump. I can't complain about not having the proper uploading tools when I have the opportunity now to go get it. So I'm gonna make the jump. So now in this case, I use, I think 3, 4, 5 different style pencils. Now with the original drawing, I obviously use a traditional number 2. For this drawing, I use a 2B, a 4H, and a 6B. I don't think I may have used this. Which one is this? I may have used HB as well. And then of course you'll see at the end, I also use some charcoal. I don't have really nearly as much experience with charcoal, so kind of weird to just add it in. I just like, I want to try a different shading technique for my character, for that stuff. So I want to start incorporating charcoal. I know I did it for one of my paintings that you can see in my DeviantArt art and whatnot. So as I've learned, I usually need to start with the eyes typically for me, because usually I don't know. I know some people, they start with the outside in, but I need to start with the inside out when it comes to drawing faces. I don't know if I still have it or not. I have to check my references, but I remember I drew an indigenous male, may have been a chieftain or something like that. I did 2 different versions, and one from the outside in and one from the inside out, and the one from the inside out just looked so much better. So I do think one of the mistakes I did with this particular drawing is that you'll see later on, I will darken the bottom line. I feel like I would have done better if I had just not darkened it. I think it'll look much better. So that's something to remember for in the future, but it is what it is, It's always an adventure to learn something and whatnot. But I am, quite happy with how this turned out. Comparison to the previous image. I will, at the end of this video, do a comparison. I'll show both photos before and after, then and now. Obviously you may have already probably, if you've seen the thumbnail of the video, you've already have seen it, but yeah. So I am debating on if I want to acquire 9B pencils, because I feel like the 8B and the 6B do enough. I feel like if I need to get it darker than that, then it may be just time to bust out the paint and do it with, and just go over a coat of black paint at that point. I think I got nervous really with the nose, because I probably say the first real difficult body part for me was noses. I'm not saying I'm an expert at them now, but I'm glad how this one turned out. You see what? Let me see what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I'm attempting the mouth here. My problem with the mouth is I sometimes make it too big. I think this one was, if you look at the reference image that I used for this drawing, which you can see on my DeviantArt art page, obviously just click on the image, and at least when it comes to the human subjects, I will link the source of what I'm using as a reference. I will do that with paintings as well. Obviously when it comes to like characters character work, it's gonna be obvious what I'm, who I'm using. So it's like, just Google them once, just Google them and you'll see. You'll see it. So, and I'm glad how the lips turned out as well. So I was scared on this one, because sometimes I think I can make the lips, at least when I started, I made the lips like overly exaggerated. So I am happy how that one turned out. So I tried it. One thing I'm going to start doing, at least when it comes to human faces, is try to smudge the line, the outline a little bit out. So, and that's why I also, another technique that I do, I will start with, with the lighter shade, with softer pencils. So that way it's easier to bury the line on these, the outline on these. So, and then of course the hair. And I think this is when I started getting worried with the hair and whatnot, but I think I did fine. Sometimes you have to commit when it comes to it, and then just go from there. And I know what I did with this one. In the reference photo, the hair, the hairline was a bit more aligned than what you just saw me erase earlier. So I redid that, and then I tried to get some of because it's not taped, it's not a taped hairline, obviously. So try to lay the beginnings of the hair follicles, but the roots, I think is what we call them, hair roots. And so I ended up going over 2 shades with this one. As you can see, I was like, this is not going to be dark enough to cover up the line or smudge it or whatever, so just go ahead with my second darkest, because it's not that I don't like 8B, it's just that I'm running out of 8B. And so I don't know if I'm using 8, no, because my 8B is shorter than that. This is 6B. Till I acquire more 8B, because I had 2 8B pencils, but I think it seems to have deteriorated. The first B, I think it was part of my original collection from like high school, and so I think that particular pencil has just degraded. So anytime I it just breaks easily. So I can't never keep it enough to be able to effectively use it. So I just threw it away, and I have another 8B that's obviously more recently made, and obviously it holds up. But because I'm using the 8B so much for my dark parts, I pretty much leaned on it a bit too much. So once I reacquire another set of pencils, I need to get some pencil holders. If it wasn't for the what, then I would go to a wood shop and probably craft me some custom pencil holders. I could probably find some online. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna acquire the scanner first, document scanner first, and then I'll worry about tricking out my materials holders or whatever. I think this is the one that is I don't think I used it for the ear, but I would later on decide to bust out the charcoal, because I decided I'm going to, in order to get the shading on the face, I think charcoal is going to be a lot more better. Not that you can't do it with pencil, you could obviously do it with pencil, but I was like, well, why go through the difficulty of it all? Why, you could achieve it better with time using the easier method designed for that type of stuff than use the old, hard method, So I think that's also another difference between, when I first started this art journey versus that's me using the charcoal pencil. Now that is also 10 plus years old, but it is sturdy, so that's some quality charcoal. So I actually still have the packaging, but to those who made my charcoal pencil or whatever, or charcoal stick technically, y'all made some quality 12 plus years ago. How long has it been since high school? 12 years. 12 years. And this is me attempting some shading. In this case, I'm using the charcoal for the shading. So I may actually do that in the future. Now, just from this experience, I may incorporate charcoal into my shading rather than relying on the pencil, or just, I don't know. You'll see. I think my fear with the charcoal is that I was making it look a bit dirty. So I'm going to take a look at very soon, the here versus now. This is, how I, just, a little celebration of 50. Just go back and see if I can improve on one of my previous artworks. And I think I did, which you'll see soon. So thank you, comment, like, subscribe. Have a great day. Yeah, I'm just joking, but yeah, this is the comparison shots. So comment, like, subscribe. If you want to see the reference image that I am using to create that I have used to create these two images, you can find on my DeviantArt. If you want to shoot me a message, you can shoot me a message through DeviantArt, or you can send an email through the email that's also in the description. I know I say for business purposes on there, but if you wanted to shoot me a message and you want to have a conversation, I have no problem with that, using it for that. So to another 50 sessions. This is Umitencho. Have a great, wonderful day. When I return today, it should be gaming today. I think it's Thursday. So we're going to be doing another episode of, what do you call it? Hand of Fate 2. I was tempted, by the way, to go ahead and get another subscription of Final Fantasy 14, just put out Final Fantasy 14 content. But I went ahead and made a game schedule, and for the next 5 games that I want to play, and I want to get to those games eventually. I don't want to be playing Hand of Fate 2 all year. If it has enough content that it lasts all year, great, but I don't want it to be that I end up playing, it took a year to beat the game because I didn't focus on it during game sessions. So again, this is Umitencho. Have a great and wonderful day, and let this hopefully inspire you to practice. It helped me some. I think I did better in comparison to the first time. Let me know what you think down below. See ya.